Greetings, I'm Zak, and today we're talking yet again about collectibles. Now, it will come as no surprise that I am a really big fan of collecting Daleks and Dalek action figures, especially from Character Options, as I am quite a large Doctor Who fan. So over the years, and in some previous videos, I have shown you some Daleks I've picked up. For instance, this one I got in a mystery box not so long ago. Has a nice Dalek music reveal, which is very nice. If you want to go check that out, please do. But I wasn't actually expecting to do this video today. However, I went to B&M, and surprise surprise, much against all odds, the latest History of the Daleks set had been released and was basically sat in there on the shelf ripe for the pickings. Now, personally, I wanted to take full opportunity because I have been on the hunt before for these particular History of the Daleks sets, and I do have a story about, I think it was the History of the Daleks set 8 that I missed when there was like a few of them there, and they're now like really sought after, and they're like, ooh, I don't know, £150 to get brand new in box, and that is just not okay in my opinion. But it is a testament to how collectible that these things are. So, for today's video, I want to take a look at the History of the Daleks set 19. Now, what's in this is obviously it's from Doctor Who: The Parting of the Ways. We have an Imperial Guard Dalek, so it's got that black and bronze looking design. Show you in there, it's that one just there. And the bronze Dalek here, which we are all obviously very familiar with. But this is a big but actually, because when I had a look, and they had about 6 or 7 in there, what I tend to do when I pick one up is I basically have a look at the box, because I like to keep some in the box, like to open some of them. Basically, I noticed that there was a massive, I mean for Doctor Who fans it's massive, design feature that varied between some of the sets. Now, I haven't heard anyone else talk about this so far, and I wanted to reveal it today, which is why I got 2 of these. So, basically, it's nothing to do with the black Imperial Guard Dalek here. It is indeed to do with the bronze Dalek here. So in this one, if you notice, there is indeed the standard plunger arm just in there. Yeah, we all know what a Dalek looks like. However, in this one I'm about to show you now, I discovered something that I was not expecting. Do you see the difference? Anyone? It is just in the back there. It's quite well disguised actually on this box, but there is no indication on the box whatsoever to like set them apart from each other. You actually have to put them next to each other, have a close examination, and what is revealed is that this one has the Dalek laser cutter claw arm, whereas this one doesn't. Now, these both are in B&M for the same price of £21.99, which, to be fair, I think I can remember the days where they were like £19.99, so they haven't really gone up for retail that much. They did also have some of the wonderful Emperor Davros figures and some of the Resurrection sets, which I've already previously got, so I didn't have to worry about those. But the design difference here I found really cool and yet kind of annoying at the same time, because this isn't the first time this has happened when it comes to these sets. I've got an example here, the first example I found of this particular almost like a unique selling point, I think. It's either a marketing decision that worked really well, or they are slightly lackluster in their like production process when they're using the molds and things, and I really doubt that that is the case. So it must be a very intelligent like selling choice to actually have these unique features in basically what they are the same set. They are exactly the same, but just to drive that kind of fix to like I don't want to say have it all or anything, but when it comes to Daleks, I'm pretty up there, and I would like to have one of every Dalek. So in this sense, I think it was a very, very smart move for the character options people to basically come up with this little chestnut of a selling point. Now, the previous example, it's somewhat less so than the claw arm Daleks, but it is in fact on the 5 Doctors collector's figure set. We've got, obviously, John Pertwee here, the Raston Warrior robot, which I think a lot of people have given a bad rap to, but honestly, I really love it. I love the Raston Warrior robot, and I love the figure. But it's actually all to do with the Cyberman in here. So if you look at this one, yeah, take a good look. I'm going to put that down. And then I'm going to show you this one. Did you notice any difference? Because I did. I'm actually going to look at the back of the box. Back of the box, pictures on the back. No picture difference whatsoever. But feature-wise in here, there is a very distinct difference between these two Cybermen figures. And that is the handlebars, or the black bars at the top. So this one, completely silver. This one is a Cyber Leader. It's got black bars. On the box themselves, they give nothing away to indicate that there's a difference. It very much comes down to whoever's buying it. I imagine a lot of people are not going to notice these differences, which is absolutely fine, but I feel for like your dedicated Doctor Who collector character options, they're going to notice, which is going to drive you, which it did indeed drive me to buy a second one. Now, with this conundrum, because I do have the other History of the Daleks set, there is no picture on the back of these to indicate like the difference at all, but I'm kind of in a bit of a conundrum here, because I'm not entirely sure I want to open either of these. Do I get another one? That seems a bit kind of OTT, but if you've got any suggestions as to like a resolution to this conundrum, because do I open both of them, or do I open just the claw arm one? Because I do have a big long line of these History of the Dalek sets upstairs in my other room, which you've seen in, again, other videos. I am kind of conflicted on this particular front, and I did wonder if anyone else had actually noticed these differences, because I was kind of a bit taken back when I was in the shop and I purchased these today, and basically I'm not entirely sure what to do. I would love to do an unboxing of one of these, but if I undo one, that doesn't necessarily do justice to the other one. Despite them being extremely similar, they are indeed slightly different. So if you'd like to maybe suggest which one you'd like to see being unboxed, the claw-armed one, or not the claw-armed one. I mean, I've got claw-armed one here. This was one of the original like designed ones. There is distinct design differences on the actual claw arm itself. If I just grab the claw arm one, it's very hard to see without opening the box, but there is a distinct black feature in the new boxed one that is completely different to, I say completely different, they're the same mold, they're just coloured slightly differently. It is kind of odd, I would say, perhaps, that I've collected so many Daleks, but entirely fun because it's something I truly enjoy. But I imagine that there are a lot of people out there that basically say, why'd you do that? Why'd you do that, Zach? Why'd you spend £20 on a Dalek and then a few months later pay £20 again on another set of Daleks that essentially are the same? Now, I get what you're saying with that argument. I get what you're saying. But for the true collector, for the true fan of Daleks, Doctor Who, whatever, there are differences. Face value, couple of feet away, maybe you can't tell. I can tell, and that's why I collect them. So, all in all, I think it was a very clever marketing decision to have these two distinct design features on these Dalek sets. Now, I am still pondering maybe getting some more so I can have both of them boxed, but that also depends on availability. Price-wise, at the moment, they are $21.99, which personally I think is an absolute steal, and given adequate funding and opportunity, I could tease myself with going and getting another one, or another two in this case. But we shall see on that point. We shall see on that point, because it would be fun to do an unboxing for you, and I would hope that that would be something you would like to see. I have done some previous Dalek unboxings way back in the day on the Zak and Buzz review, so please track those down if you so wish, and tell us if you'd like to see any more. But in the meantime, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe to this channel, and I will see you, ladies and gentlemen, in the next one.